Good morning and welcome, my dear students. It's Anju ma'am here. So, I am going to revise the chapter, the last lesson. So, dear students, in today's online lecture, I will explain you about the background of the last lesson. Last lesson is written by Alphonse Daudet. He was born in 1840 and died in 1897. He was a French novelist and story writer. So, dear students, the last lesson is set in the days of the Franco-Prussian War. It was held in 1870 to 1871. France was defeated by Prussia. By an order from Berlin, German language was imposed on the French-speaking districts of Alsace and Lorraine. The lesson describes how a teacher in Alsace, M. Hamel, his students, and the local villagers reacted to this shocking news. So let me continue. The story covers the times when French districts of Alsace and Lorraine were occupied by Prussia. Language German was imposed on French people, and people were deeply shattered. They were heartbroken. They realized what they lost. So, let me continue. Linguistic chauvinism, it means love and pride in one's language. The order from Berlin, it was a futile attempt to impose German on the conquered French-speaking people of Alsace. So the scene first, it starts. Little Franz was a student. He was very late for his school. M. Hamel, his French teacher, was to question the students on participles, and Franz knew nothing about them. He was very much scared. A scolding from his teacher, M. Hamel. The bright weather, woods, fields, chirping of birds tempted him to spend the day out of doors. But he overcame his temptation and hurried off to school. Next scene. Usually there used to be a crowd in front of the bulletin board. Dear students, large bulletin board, it was a public notice board. Usually there used to be a crowd in front of it at the town hall to have the latest news. All their bad news had come from there for the last 2 years. But that day another bad news shocked all of them. A new order had come from Berlin that German language was to be imposed on the French-speaking people of Alsace and Lorraine. So the people had gathered to read the bulletin board at the town hall. And people were getting all bad news since last 2 years. Lost battles, the draft, the orders of commanding officers. They were collecting information about that. So Franz couldn't understand why there was crowd. He couldn't understand what could be the matter now. Now see, now I am talking about school, scene of the school. The scene in the school on the last day was different from that on other days. M. Hamel, who was a French teacher, he was a hard taskmaster. Order from Berlin completely transformed him. He didn't rebuke Franz when he reached late, when he entered the classroom quite late, nor did he scold him. When he got mixed up and confused with participles, he couldn't reply. Patriotic feelings overwhelmed him. He urged his students as well as village elders to safeguard their mother tongue, French, among them. So, when Franz reached school, he found there was pin drop silence like Sunday mornings. It was different day from that on other days. Usual hustle and bustle of the morning hours was totally absent. No rapping of teacher, no commotion, no regular hustle and bustle, no opening and closing of desks. So all students and even the village elders had gathered there. Backbenches, which usually remain empty, but village elders were sitting on them. They came to pay tribute to M. Hamel. It was their way of thanksgiving. Everybody was shocked and stunned when they came to know that German would be imposed from the next day. The patriotic feelings had united them. M. Hamel was a changed person. He was very much disturbed by the news that came from Berlin. He was delivering his last lesson in French. So he didn't get angry with friends for being late. Bigger issues had gripped his mind. Rather, he said very kindly, "Go to your place, little friends." His tone was different. He ignored Franz being late and went on with his lesson. It was the last day at the school for Mr. Hamel. He was to deliver his last lesson in French to students. The new order from Berlin shocked and stunned even the village elders. Franz was surprised that there was pin drop silence. Not only this, he saw that his teacher M. Hamel, he was in his finest attire. He was wearing beautiful green coat, frilled shirt, little black silk cap, all embroidered, which he used to wear only on special days like inspection days, prize giving ceremony. Students in the class, the order from Berlin caused major changes in the school. Then Franz found that students, all his classmates, they were sitting on the front benches and village elders were sitting quietly like students on back seats. Old Hauser in his three-corned hat, former mayor, former postmaster, and many other villagers were sitting there. They all looked sad. They had brought their old primary books, because it was the last day for everyone. It was the last lecture, last lesson of M. Hamel as well as for students. M. Hamel's announcement in his grave and gentle tone. He looked very sad, solemn. In very gentle tone, he announced, "My children, this is the last lesson I shall give you. Order has come from Berlin to teach only German in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine." Dear students, Alsace and Lorraine, these are two French districts which were occupied by Prussians. Then he announced the new master would come to replace him. The students as well as village elders were stunned to hear the news. This was shocking news. They were overpowered by a strong patriotic feeling for their native language, French. Everyone wanted to show respect to M. Hamel, who had taught French for the last 40 years. Even M. Hamel grew sentimental and overwhelmed by his love for French. Friends, he felt regretted for not learning his language earlier. Then he said, "My books that had seemed such a nuisance a while ago. It was burden for him, heavy to carry. My grammar and my history of the saints were old friends now that I couldn't give up." M. Hamel too, the idea that he was going away, leaving his country forever, that should never see him again, made me forget all about his ruler, how cranky he was. Franz was very much sad. He was changed person. He became emotional. Shocking news had come from Berlin, and the schools in two French-speaking occupied districts of Berlin and Lorraine were to teach only in German. Order from Berlin hurt the pride of the people. Patriotic feelings were aroused in them. Village elders had already sat on the last benches with students. M. Hamel declared that it was his last lesson in French. New master would replace him to teach German. News aroused patriotic feelings and love for French in students as well as villagers. Friends, who was a student who neglected his learning earlier. So, drastic change came over him. He became very emotional. First of all, he was very much surprised to see village people sitting quietly on the back benches. Whole school seemed so strange and solemn. M. Hamel mounted his chair and he was speaking in a very grave and gentle tone. So, the new teacher would come the next day and M. Hamel would leave forever. This feeling made him sad. He felt regretted. These words came as thunderclap to friends. He felt sorry for not learning his lessons earlier. His books were no more a nuisance, but were old friends now. He realized that M. Hamel would never teach them again. He forgot all about his ruler and also how cranky he was. Like the villagers, he too showed respect to his French teacher. So, patriotic feelings overpowered on everyone, all people, students as well as elder people and teacher, all were very sad. M. Hamel questions friends on participles. So, dear students, now M. Hamel, he asked question to little friends about participles, but friends didn't know. He didn't know single word, so he couldn't speak confidently. He got mixed up on the very first word. He felt sorry for not being able to speak and couldn't face M. Hamel. People of Alsace who kept learning for tomorrow, parents prefer to put their children on fields, blames himself for not taking his classes seriously. Now M. Hamel blames for the neglect of learning. And he told that we all people are responsible for it. Neither the parents nor the children could learn their language because of indifferent attitude towards learning. Then he blamed on parents, students, as well as himself. M. Hamel, who had served faithfully for 40 years in the same school, he shared his views about French. He said, we all people are responsible for not learning our native language. People of Alsace who kept learning for tomorrow. This is general tendency. We used to keep the things till tomorrow. And generally we used to say we will do tomorrow. We will learn it tomorrow. We postpone the things and tomorrow never comes. Parents prefer to put their children on fields or farms instead of sending their children to school. They send them for work, for earning. So indifferent attitude towards learning. And he blamed himself for not taking his classes seriously. And he blamed himself, saying sometimes he used to send students to water his plants, giving holidays when he wished to go for fishing. He blamed that it is very shocking that people couldn't learn their language, neither they could speak nor they could write properly. M. Hamel praises French language. M. Hamel declared that French was the most beautiful language of the world. It was the clearest and the most logical of all languages. He asked the people to guard it among themselves. Never forget. As long as people hold fast to their language, they have the key to freedom. Hence, they must love and respect their own language. So, dear students, in short, we can say M. Hamel took the people of Alsace to task for neglecting the learning of native language, French. Many of them could neither speak nor write their own language. He also blamed the parents for their negligence. Even Mr. Hamel didn't spare himself in this respect. He wanted to arouse patriotic feelings among the people for their native language, French. And he aware, wanted to create awareness among the people by saying that French was the most beautiful language of the world. It was the clearest and most logical of all languages. So he asked the people to guard it among themselves and never forget it. Friends, filled with admiration for M. Hamel, Friends said, I had never listened so carefully, and that he had never explained everything with so much patience. M. Hamel, it seems as M. Hamel wanted to pour all his knowledge in one stroke. Poor man, it means M. Hamel, wanted to give children all he knew, wanted to pour all his information, all his knowledge to all students as well as elders in one stroke, put it all into our heads at one stroke. M. Hamel brought new copies for them, and he was delivering his lesson. He gave all a new start on copies. One had to practice handwriting. It was written in beautiful round hand. France, Alsace, France, Alsace. It looks like little flags floating everywhere in the school, hung from the rod at the top of our desk. This shows patriotic feelings. Everyone set to work. Everything was quiet. Only sound heard was scratching of pen over the paper. Will they make them sing in German, even the pigeons? This is satirical remark upon Germans. All of a sudden, pigeons were cooing on the roof. So French mocks Germans. Can they make force animals and words too in speak in German? He was surprised and shocked. He wanted to say that they can make them slaves. They can make all the human beings as their slaves. Would they compel the pigeons cooing in German? French's remark is quite revealing. Powerful Germans no doubt have occupied the French-speaking districts of Alsace. They can impose their power on human beings. They can impose German language on the French-speaking people. But they can't impose German on the pigeons who are cooing on the roof. They can enslave people of Alsace and Lorraine, but they can't have any authority, any power over their feelings, nor can they compel pigeons cooing in German. So, dear students, satirical remark upon Germans. Self-pity. French was pitying the state and condition of French people, where they, being humans, were forced to change their language because they wanted to impose their power on them. Change their language. Birds were still free to converse in their language. Birds and animals, they know only one language, that is language of love. They can't impose their power on them. Man has turned inhuman, where he wants to control, rule and take over other. Birds and animals are better who still let each other live free in their peripheries. M. Hamel feels sorry for the loss of his country. M. Hamel, he felt sorry for the lost freedom and his country. M. Hamel's aim was to arouse patriotic feelings in his students, village elders, and people of the town for their native language. He made them conscious of the glory and greatness of French language. He urged them to safeguard it among themselves. So he wanted to create awareness among the people about their love towards their own language. M. Hamel ready to leave. M. Hamel's sister, she was busy in packing the trunk, moving in the room about the classroom, packing trunks for they must leave the country for the next day. M. Hamel stood up, very pale. I never saw him look so tall. Tall here it means great. M. Hamel couldn't face the people and his students. Something choked him from speaking. So he turns to the board and writes as large as could. Vive la France! Long live France! So dear students, M. Hamel, he took a piece of chalk and wrote on the blackboard in bold letters as he could write, Vive la France. It means long live France. He wanted to create awareness among the people about their own language. He couldn't speak, then he turned to the blackboard, took a piece of chalk, wrote as large as he could, Vive la France, long live France. Then without a word he made a gesture to them with his hand. School is dismissed now. So dear students, Alphonse Daudet short story The Last Lesson is set in the days of Franco-Prussian War. It was held in 1872-1871. Germany, Prussia, it was the part of Austria, Poland and Germany, occupied two French districts of Alsace and Lorraine. By an order from Berlin, German language was imposed on French-speaking people of Alsace and Lorraine. This story highlights the distress of M. Hamel, his students, and the villagers caused by that order, shocking order which came from Berlin. French feelings about M. Hamel and school were totally changed. Order from Berlin aroused patriotic feelings in everyone. Not only French, but everyone suddenly developed a strange fascination for his language. Books which were burden for them. It aroused great love. Now students and especially friends who is narrator of the story, he wanted to learn now. He wanted to learn his language now. But it's too late because the situation has been changed now. So the day of the last lesson in French was full of regret and sadness. Everyone in the classroom was totally in a depressing mood because the news had shocked and stunned everyone. The school appeared so solemn and strange. M. Himmel's last message had a profound effect on the audience. Village elders, students heard him with rapt attention and respect. They had assembled there to thank Mr. Hamill for his 40 years of faithful service to the community. And people had developed a new respect for Mr. Hamill. So, the only lesson that can draw after reading the last lesson is that nothing can suppress the aspirations and patriotic feelings of a race. Imposition only invites a strong reaction. It only reinforces one's love for his own language. Our language is the only key for the freedom and redemption of a race. So, this story shows that a teacher can be role model who can create awareness among the people. And here you can see M. Hamill, who had aroused patriotic feelings among the people, among his students and all village elders, who were showing totally indifferent attitude towards their learning. It is not good to carry pride in one's language too far. It is good if we feel proud of our own language, culture, traditions. We must also respect other linguistic minorities also. So, linguistic chauvinism, that is love and pride towards one's language. In this way, M. Hamill had given great message to his students, elders and other people of the town, and he showed his patriotic feelings and aroused patriotic feelings in everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.